week 17 walking, 9th to the 15th of August 2024. Gambate. Distance walked 54.1 miles. Duration walked 17 hours, 8 minutes and 1 second. I started the week with a final day in Bristol, and the first walk was getting across the St Mark's Road to buy spices and stuff from the Bristol Sweet Mart. This place is awesome. What looks like a local supermarket from the outside is a treasure trove of smells, tastes and hidden gems. I buy what I can whilst understanding the need to pack it in my hold luggage for the flight back to Inverness. The final walk of Bristol is 0.95 miles from my mum's house along the cycle track to Temple Meads train station, where I get the airport flyer back to Bristol Airport. My diary ends with the following reflection. It's been a few days of poor sleep, so looking forward to getting back to a steady pattern of life. Day 2 is the first day back in the Highlands, and I walk with Ingrid, the kids and Lupin. It's the final day we have Lupin, and we walk into Anagach Woods to do a lollipop loop before routing back home by the Coop. Here I leave Ingrid, the kids and Lupin and continue along the stream, past the Craiglynne Hotel and head out to Grantown before joining the river and looping back by the new bridge and into Anagach Woods and home. Just before the new bridge is a lay-by next to a place known locally as the bathing pool. Particularly in summer, this is a busy place for campers and mobile homes to park up overnight, although today there are fewer than normal, and I spot only one man cooking his lunch next to the river in his van. Day 3 is a chance to slow things down a bit after the quicker Bristol walking and head up over the trails of the druggy Gorton Loop. I took a large flask of sweet black tea, something I got a taste for when Wayne was up visiting and walking with me, and I actually drank all of it on the walk. Whilst on the loop, I met a lady going the other way who was running with shorts, vests and poles, but from the lock and door, I discover. Sometimes on my walks, I use the time to do little other than think and reflect. Yet today, I use the Notes app on my phone to write a to-do list and capture about 14 different things I need to do. I find this is a great way of helping me keep my mind free, and I highly recommend it for all of you. Day 4 is a return to what I should have been doing but haven't, and I do my first morning core and strength session since the 12th of June. My lesson here is whatever we tell ourselves and others, and whatever we think others are doing and not doing because of what they post on social media, the reality is that we're all human and we all lapse. So maybe the best piece of advice I can offer from this year would be to minimize the lapses in positive behaviors. I take a photograph of a page from Albert Lieberman's excellent book Gambate, which seems appropriate today as any of this challenge. It reminds me of a decent mindset to have on this journey. Another lapse happens when I do the Craiglynne 5 miler starting just after 5 p.m. I walk to the Hangman's Tree first before joining the Speyside Way and cut off right to Craiglynne. Usually, I then head down onto the river to the old bridge, but today my head is away with the fairies, as I note in my diary, and I missed the turn. Instead, I continue down the track and join the road just after the old bridge and continue home. Same distance, just not quite as nice in my mind. Day 5, and I have a session with Natalia, my physio, so I bagged 1.8 miles early walking there and back. Just before 3 p.m. I headed out onto the trails and the Dreggy Gorton Loop, and here I think it is best to copy verbatim from my diary. What an afternoon walk. Lots of rain, really heavy rain, which soaked my shorts. Almost chose not to take waterproof top. However, when the rain stopped, my trousers dried out pretty quickly. Looking back at my diary, I have no idea if I was wearing shorts or trousers, or if the shorts I mention are actually my underwear that got soaked. Such is the limit on note taking and memory recall, and not everything needs to be photographed. After the weather of day 5, day 6 is sunny and breezy, and I walked 4 miles locally, starting just before 12:30 p.m. This is an easy walk as my right knee continues to give me some jip, but felt okay today. Long may that last, I note in my diary. Just as yesterday was sunny and warm, so the week finishes with more rain and wind as we return to the Scottish summer and I bag 5.4 miles around Craiglynne, the River Spey and Speyside Way. End of week reflections. Stop delaying the inevitable. This is my simple advice to myself that I will share with you as I get back to doing core and strength work after more than 2 months of not doing any. That is all. Stop delaying the inevitable. Thank you.